you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. If you are new, welcome, and if you're not new, thank you so much for coming back for another video. In today's video, we are talking about the McGrath Mothership 6. Okay, and this is going to be a first impression. So if you guys want to see how I achieve this look, you want to see my thoughts on the shadows and how they perform, then definitely stay tuned. Oh, I'm so happy. I don't know. I'm just excited. For my first release that I was a part of, as far as like purchasing it when it came out, was Mothership 5, the Bronze Seduction palette, and that video is on my channel. Definitely check it out. But so I was excited when she was releasing Mothership 6. So I have the other Motherships except Mothership 4, the Decadence one, because I got on the bandwagon after that came and gone. So anyways, here we are with Mothership 6. Very beautiful packaging, similar to Mothership 5, so very similar. Lady on the front, you know, this Mothership 5. So another reason I'm excited is because she doesn't come out with these all the time. Like, it seems like Pat McGrath puts a lot into the one major release of her eyeshadow palettes. Then you can get, you know, some smaller things throughout the year. And here is the inside. Very, very nice. So yeah, I like this. It is an interesting color scheme as far as, you know, the colors that she picked to go together. We've got 3 mattes, 3 metallics, and then the 4 special shades. One thing about the special shades that I noticed when I saw the pictures is that the last 2, like, you know, the 2 shades that she puts on the edge, they didn't look as special as some of the other palettes that she's done. Here, they just look like, okay, this is just a sparkly, you guys can't even see the difference because of my lighting, but this looks like a sparkly gold, and this one looks like a sparkly whitish shade. When I look at some of the other palettes that she has released, this is Mothership 5, just looking at the pan, like you can see these are the 2 shades here, like how, I won't say strange, but they have like a shift to them. Just even looking at them in the pan, they look very interesting, these 2 shades here. But in the Mothership 6 that, you know, she just released, that we're going to be talking about today, it just doesn't look, those 2 shades on the end don't look that interesting to me. So, and we'll also see how many looks I can get into this video. Sometimes I plan on just doing a 1 look, like first impression video, and then I end up coming back on later and doing like another look where I like fast forward through. So hopefully you guys appreciate that second look that I put into like the Colored Rain palette video. So anyways, let's get into it. I'm just gonna hop in. Looking at the palette, I think it looks really everyday friendly though. The only shade that I would not consider everyday friendly is that violet shade. Alright, I'm gonna go into, what am I going into? Taboo. This is gonna be my transition, and what I have going on the eyes is my ABH eyeshadow primer. Fluffy brush and Taboo. And I was gonna do like an unboxing, but I just couldn't wait, you guys. Like I did with my Mothership 5, I did an unboxing like in my car, you know, using my iPhone or something like that. Alright, that's Taboo, and it's going on nicely. It's a nice transition shade. What I really appreciate about Pat McGrath's eyeshadow palettes is that she puts these shades in here that everybody can work with. So you don't have a case of, you know, these shades are too ashy for me. Like, I haven't experienced that with any of her palettes, which I greatly appreciate. You know, you find a palette with the color scheme that you enjoy, then you definitely, you know, in a good spot to get shades that work on your skin tone with every palette that I've experienced from her. So really nice. Even the Mothership one, you know, Subliminal. I think the Subliminal is the one with the like gray tones. I'm gonna go into Vermilion Venom. This is the reddy brown shade, more of like the burnt, like brick tone. It goes on so pretty, and it's just blending out so nicely with the Taboo. So Pat McGrath I won't say claims, but yeah, she says that there are 7 different formulas in this palette. I only see 4, but maybe because I'm not on the manufacturing side and stuff like that, and maybe they do perform differently as far as like some of these glitters and stuff, but I just see 4 different textures. I'm going to go into, what is it, Dusk? Extreme Dusk. That's the dark shade in the palette. It has like a cool tone, like brown, black, charcoal. So it's not a like straight up brown. It's like a blackened brown, but very neutral toned. So you get the effect of a black, but it's not a black. The people who have her palettes are probably like, hello, we don't need so many blacks. That went on very pigmented, so definitely take your time building that up. Go in with a little bit and build up to your desired effect. I don't want a lot of black here, but I always like a lot of, always like a bit of depth right on that outer corner, and I think I achieved that very nicely. And now we can get into the shimmers. Okay. All right. So since I'm going to work, it just messes up my looks, okay? Gosh. Okay, but it's paying for these palettes, all right? It's paying for all this stuff, so can't complain too much. All right, I'm gonna go into this shade here, Wicked Envy. This is one of the standout shades. When I saw the palette, I was like, oh, I can't wait to try that, you know, mossy green. So let's see how this looks on the lid. Okay, I think I might have put too much over here. I'm gonna have to add a little bit more Extreme Dusk. That's what happens when you use your fingers. You cannot sometimes get as a precise application as you might want. I should have done a halo, but I always do halos, so let's just do this. All right, so I'm putting that on the outside, showing you guys this with no glitter glue. I think you still get a nice payoff, not real high shine though. Okay, but it's pretty. So then I'm gonna take Bronzy Clips. All right, on the other side of that. Ooh, this is pretty. I should have put some glitter glue down. Gosh, I was so excited. I didn't think to put any glitter glue down. All right, and then I'm just gonna pat over the green to make sure those are blended nicely. And then I'm gonna go into my brush that I used with the Vermilion Venom, add a little bit more Vermilion Venom, and just blend right above where I placed that Bronzy Clips, just to make sure that there's no like jagged edges from me using my finger. And I think people have come on my channel and said like Pat McGrath is overrated and all that stuff. That's fine if you think that. I'm not trying to convince anybody that they need this palette. I know that a lot of you guys are on my channel because you don't see a lot of people with deeper skin tones sharing demonstrations or, you know, reviews and stuff like that of higher end luxury brands. So I, you know, want to do that, and this is the kind of makeup that I kind of gravitate towards anyway. So yeah, that looks like it's a pretty look. Very simple though, very simple. I can't leave it like that though. I know I just can't leave it. I can't leave it that way. So I'm about to put some Huda Beauty powder down there to kind of catch any excess shadow that falls. But since I'm gonna go into one of the special shades on the end, I am gonna put down a glitter glue because I know that those are very sparkly and they tend to have a lot of like fallout and glitter and stuff like that, and I don't want to deal with that. I want it to be concentrated. So I think those shadows that she puts on the end look beautiful, whether you put a glitter glue down or not. A glitter glue just allows it to be a little bit more allows it to be more concentrated and you have a little bit more control over the shadow placement. So that's why I'm doing that. It's not to say that her shadows don't work without glitter glue, okay? Okay, so I put that on the center, you know, kind of just a tiny bit also, not a lot, because I don't want it to stick so much that I have a patch of glitter, you know? Do I want to do the gold one or the white one? I think I'm going to do the gold one. I'll do another look with that white one because I did swatch this and it looks really beautiful. It's just a very nice sparkly shade, just a nice topper for you to get really add more shine and sparkle to your look. It doesn't have like a strong, you know, base. Alright, so I'm going to go in with Jubilee and pat that on top. Pat. And then that just added a very slight, you know, shine right there. Let me see if I can get some of the other shade on top. Maybe it can find some text, something to stick on to. That's pretty. Oh my gosh. See, even though I said that shade, now you see that brightness there. It's, you can see the bright, like, I don't want to call it silver, but it's like some type of a glitter that, maybe it is silver. I don't think it's silver though. It seems like a translucent glitter, like packed into a palette. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what it seems like to me. So I feel like that overtook the green that I put down. So I'm going to take some more of Wicked Envy and place that on this outer edge to get more of that impact in the look. I'm going to take the Skin Show Moon Glow. I always like these shades that she puts here, the little shade there. It's like a, you know, highlight for your inner corner or for your brow bone. I always like that shade. I don't know which one has my favorite Skin Show. I'm trying to think about which palette has my favorite Skin Show shade, because one of them has like a pink tone to it and it's so beautiful. I can't think of which palette has that one though. See, that one is a little bit more cool toned, I think, in comparison to my overall look, and you know, in comparison to the palette. It's a Vermilion Venom on that same little like slanted brush with the slanted side and sweeping that on the lower lash line. Alright, and I do have an idea for another look with the violet shade. That seems to be like the eye-catching shade in the palette, so I do have an idea to do a look with that. Whether or not I get to do it in this video or, you know, in a different one is another story though. I'm gonna do my eyeliner, my mascara, my other eye, finish up my face, and then I will be back with Alright guys, here is the look. Get closer for you to see the eyes. On my lips, I'm wearing the Pat McGrath Matte Trans Lipstick in Omi. Alright guys, so first impression is that I like the palette. Okay, everything blended together very nicely. I got a nice payoff with the metallic shades that I used. Of course, if I want more shine with like the Wicked Envy or the bronze Eclipse shade that I put down first, I would probably just add a little bit of glitter glue to make sure that it pops, but I feel like it is giving the intended effect that she was going for. It's not like super shiny and things like that. You achieve the shine with the special shades on the side, like I used, what was it called? Jubilee and is it Astral Solstice. So yeah, I like the shine that I achieved with those two shades. Putting the glitter glue down definitely alleviated some of the fallout, because yesterday I tried to pat a little bit of that on top of a different look that I was wearing throughout the day, and you know, the glitter fell. The glitter was falling. You know, I mean, it fell down a little bit by my eyes, got on my lashes and things like that. So it was a little bit more messy, but then again, you know, you get a more dispersed result when you don't use a glitter glue. So yes, but I like the look that I achieved. Once again, the mattes blended out very nicely together, so I don't see a problem with the quality of this palette. Similar to all her other palettes, I think the quality is very much so there. It's just a matter of whether you want to spend the money on this palette and whether or not you want to, and whether or not you like this shade, you know, selection. So this video is not for me to convince you that you need to go out and buy it. I don't want to do that with any of my palettes or any of my videos. This is just my perspective, and you can take with it what you will and make your own decision. Now, I like Pat McGrath. I like the quality. I like the packaging. Packaging is always very beautiful. When you pay for something from Pat McGrath, typically you feel that you're getting what you paid for. Like, you can just look at the package and say, okay, this is luxury. Her eyeshadow palettes, you can definitely feel the luxury throughout the palette, throughout the entire experience with the palette. So I like that experience with her palettes and the variety of textures that you can achieve on your lids with the different textures that are in the palette is just very beautiful. I did state earlier in the beginning that the two shades on the end, Jubilee and Astral Solstice, are not as, you know, they don't have as much going on with them. They're a little bit more simple in this palette. The other palettes have duochrome effects on them. The other palettes, those two shades on the end, they have different flips and stuff like that. And these really don't have any flips on them at all. They are just like really shiny, sparkly toppers. So that's a little bit disappointing, I will say that, because when I saw the palette, I was like, so there aren't any special shades, you know? But yeah, they really, because this is this Subliminal or this is Sublime? This is the Sublime palette here, and just looking at these two shades on the end, like this one has like a golden pink flip to it. It looks pink on the palette, but like it has like a gold green kind of pink flip to it, and then this one looks white, but it has a purple green flip, I think. So it's like, what's going on with the shades here? You know, they don't have a flip. They don't have a flip. So I think she probably could have done that to add a little bit, you know, to stay consistent and to give people a little bit more when they're looking at buying this, because some of the people just buy it because those four shades, the special shades, are, you know, for some people what makes the Pat McGrath palette, in addition to the packaging, more worth the money. And those two shades on the end don't have, you know, a lot of dimension and things like that going for them. They have dimension in that they're very sparkly, but not any color shifting or things like that. So that is the downside to the palette, in my opinion. Everything else I think is very pretty as far as what worked for me today. I used 8 out of the 10 shades today, okay? So I've got to get into the Blitz Violet Orchid and then the Blood Moon 005 shade for you guys. but I think we did a decent, you know, run through today with trying the majority of the shades in the palette. Let me know your thoughts on this palette in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on this video. What do you think? How do you think the eyeshadow look turned out? Also, what do you think? Are you going to get the palette? Let me know if you're going to get the palette. If you already have it, let me know your thoughts, of course, all right? And thank you guys so much for watching. I will be talking to you guys really, really soon. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to see more content from me, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, all right? I will be talking to you guys really, really soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. See ya.